Hey everyone, what's going on? It's your boy Allan Wade back again with another video. Today we have our Silhouette Cameo 4 Pro. Let me cut it on, turn it on. And we're going to be making a Bitcoin design and pressing it onto a shirt using these vinyls right here. We got a gold, and we got, I don't know, is this gold or is this like a greenish gold? I don't know. And we also have a black vinyl right here. So we're going to be using all of these, maybe not all of them, maybe all of them, to create a Bitcoin design and press it onto a shirt using the techniques that I showed you guys over the last few videos. So if it's your first time here, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed already. I greatly appreciate it. And don't forget to visit the merch store, allanawade.com. Buy yourself some channel merch to help support the channel. This right here is a black bear hat. This is the what do you call this kind? Dad hat style. Also have the snapback style for the summertime, so check those out if you would like, guys. But we're gonna get into the video right after this intro.
Boom, wait a minute, just like that. Boom, 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 just like that. A-Dubb Productions, just like that. Like, comment, subscribe, just like that. Boom, wait a minute, just like that. A-Dubb, you ready? Wait a minute.
Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed that intro. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. Let's jump into Silhouette Studio and we'll talk while we're doing this, guys. Like I said, we're going to be using the same tactics that I showed you guys, but we're going to actually be doing something with it so you guys can see that it works, right? Because seeing is believing. Alright, so we're in Silhouette Studio. I went on Google Images and I grabbed a bitcoin.png and it's on the desktop right here. We're going to use this one right here and I'm just going to recreate it. I'm not going to trace it because we can trace it. Matter of fact, let me open it up and show you guys. It's right here on the desktop. Bring it in. All right, so here's our bitcoin.png that we grabbed off of Google Images. All right, now what would happen if we trace this? What would happen if we trace it? Let's see. So grab our trace tool, come over here, select trace area, and let's trace it out and see what happens. All right. See, this is one of those instances where if I try to adjust this, it's not going to quite get everything that I want, right? So it's not, I mean, you can try to dial it in, you can try to, but it's just too much going on with this image to the point where it's just not a good item to trace. But you want to make the shirt anyway for the client, right? So you got to figure out, how do I make this, right? So you use the tools that I showed you guys, and that's how you make it. Okay, so looking at this image, you see 1, 2, 3 circles, right? Well, I'm gonna say this is 1. I'm gonna make that black. This is 2. I'm gonna make that gold. This is 3. I'll make that another gold, right? And this is 4. I'll bring back the first gold. All right, so not sure what I'm going to do yet, but we'll figure it out. All right, so the first thing we see is a circle, so we're going to make a circle. That simple. Shift, maintain proportions, circle, right? All right, so there's our first circle right here, and we're going to stop, delete. All right, and we're going to get the selection tool. I'll just press V. That goes back to selection tool. That's the shortcut key for the selection tool. So select the circle we just created and we're going to color it in. I'm trying to go a little fast, don't want to go too fast though, and we're going to go ahead and match it up with this. Another thing that you want to do is you want to decide what size you want the circle to be, right? That's important. So right now it says it's 11 inches wide. I got my ruler right over here, and if I have my shirt laying on the desk, I can say, okay, 11 inches wide is going to be about this big. So I think that's too big, right? So we're going to make it about 8 inches. 8 inches wide for the circle for the Bitcoin. All right, 8 inches wide. All right, so we're going to go ahead, Amazon links and everything like that down below. Use my heat transfer warehouse to grab your Silhouette Cameo 4. All right, so okay, so we'll grab the grab handles and let's bring this down. Actually, we're going to keep it this size for right now, right? For right now, I'll keep the size. Okay, so now this is just the outline. Remember I said we don't want to layer vinyl. We don't like to layer vinyl, so I'm just going to click on it and duplicate it. right? And the second one, I'm gonna make a different color just so I can see it. And I'm gonna shrink it down, all right, just a little bit, right? I'm gonna select both of them and I'm going to center it. How do I center it? It's right here, right? Okay, so I centered it. All right, so you see we got our black outline, and I'm going to use our subtract all because I got both of them selected still. Let me select both of them, right? And I'm going to go ahead and go over here to this tool right here, and I'm going to subtract all to make a hole in the middle of the, right? Wait, where'd my Bitcoin go? Where'd my picture go? All right, gotta get the picture back. Oh, it cut the picture? God, I did not know it. I did not know it did that. That is so interesting. That is so weird. I did not know it could cut a picture. All right, so let me grab my picture again. Whoa. Did you guys know that? That's weird. Maybe because I centered it? I don't know. Now where am I? Oh, okay, I see what's happening. It opened up a whole nother one. So weird. All right, so I'm going to grab this, copy, bring it over here, paste. All right, that is so weird, guys, right? All right, so that's interesting. Interesting. Make it big again. And we're just basically going to repeat that same thing that we just did. I don't actually need this anymore, but actually, yes, I do, because I'm strategizing this as I'm going along, guys. All right, so save some work on myself. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to undo what I just did with the circle, and I'm going to grab another circle. Let me get a second. All right, I went back a bunch, set the circle off to the side. I'm going to duplicate it just in case I need another one. And I'm going to sit it right here. All right, because what's happening is I just created a bunch of extra work for myself, having to make more circles. You'll see what I'm talking about in a second. All right, so got my first circle right here. Let me grab this Bitcoin, copy over here, paste, bring it over here. And I'm gonna like save this to trace for last. So let me just place this over top of here, and I'm gonna make it a little bigger. Hold down Shift, make it a little bit bigger so it overlaps, right? Because you want to overlap the edges. I'm gonna go ahead and select both of them and center it right here. That centered it on the canvas. This centers it on the actual image. So let me go ahead and push it to the back and see what happens. All right, so these are the tools that we didn't go over right here. This tool right here, send to back. All right, so whatever you have selected, it's going to send to back. See, it sent that circle to the back, the yellow circle to the back. So now we can see that it is in fact overlapping, because that's what we want. Now bring forward. All right, bring forward. All right, now put it in front. So it is in fact overlapping, and that's exactly what we want. All right, so now, let me bring it forward again. So now we're going to take this, right, and let me just move this black one out of the way for right now, because we don't need that right now. Let me turn this black. All right, the one I have selected, I'm turning black. And then I'm just basically trying to mimic what this looks like. All right, so boom, we're doing this part right here now. All right, I'm going to duplicate this. Put one to the side. You guys like, why are you doing it so fast? And I'm basically doing this so that I don't have to keep on creating circles. So I'm just creating like one, and I'm just reusing it. All right, so this part right here is a little bit thicker, so I'm gonna make this a little smaller. Right. All right, that looks about right. All right, and select both of them, center like we've been doing. Right. Select both of them. Subtract all right over here. All right, now we got rid of that, right? So now we're going to overlap one more time, and that's basically it. I don't need this anymore. I'm going to color it black just for the sake of seeing it. Again, make it bigger, make sure it overlaps. All right. A little bit bigger. Select it. A little bit bigger. All right, cool. It's overlapping. Select both of them. Center it. Let me check my overlap by selecting that one. Send to, send backwards, send forwards. I can barely tell anything. I think I can barely tell that it's going backwards or forward. Let me make it a little bit bigger, see if that makes a difference. Send back, send forward. Why isn't this working? Let me undo that. Why isn't that working? All right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to center it, and then I'm going to select the yellow one and see if that works. Yellow, bring forward. Okay, that moved. All right, now backwards. It's like a delay or something, but it is overlapping. All right, it is overlapping, and that's what I want. All right, so right now, bring this back. We pretty much have everything we need. Select everything and center it. Center the page and center images. All right, so I want to make the outside black. I want to make this part gold, and I want to make this part another shade of gold. So boom, and then I'm going to bring back this gold in the middle for the B. All right, so now let's make this B. I'm going to go ahead and keep this together. I'm going to group it just to keep it together so it doesn't move. All right, don't need this anymore. Now you could go a step further, which I'm not going to do, and make the different golds. Like you see how it's different shades right here. We're not going to do all that. All right, you guys can do that if you want to. What you would do is you would just create a whole bunch of these circles right here in the same size, and then you would cut them. So you subtract it. Yeah, it'll make the video way too long. We're not going to do that. All right, so let me create this B. Set this off to the side right here. Make this a little bit bigger. Wait, did I actually trace that? Oh, okay, I see what happened. Yeah, I can delete that. No, okay, so let's trace the B. All right, so I'm gonna zoom in a little bit, and we're gonna trace the B using the tools that we've used before. All right, use this tool right here, and we're just gonna create this B. Now the question is can we make these curves by holding down Shift? Let me test that real fast. Straight, straight, shift, shift, shift. Command, command, command. It's not creating curves. Interesting. Interesting. All right. We'll figure it out, guys. We will figure it out. We'll figure it out. Give me a second. I need to figure this out. I mean, we could just make an oval, but that's going to be so complicated. How are we going to do this, guys? All right. We're just going to rough trace it. Let's just rough trace it, and we'll figure it out afterwards. All right. So we're going to go boom, 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 boom. All right. We trace around the whole entire thing. If you haven't done so already, please hit that like button. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you. Just tracing out this B right here. And of course, for the middle, you guys know we're going to go ahead and what you call it? This is really upsetting that I can't hold down Shift. Holding down Shift snaps it into place. But okay, it's cool. I'll just go ahead around it like this for now, and then we'll fine tune it in a little while. I might have to go back and watch. You ever did something and you're like, I just did this the other day. I swear I just did this the other day. Now, how did I do it? That's how I feel right now about the video. I'm like, I know I can do this, but how do I do it? I'm forgetting myself. Here I am trying to show you guys something, and I can't even figure it out myself. You guys can chime in the comments, by the way, and let me know how to do stuff if I'm forgetting. 'Cause sometimes like my memory escapes me, you know, when I do things, and sometimes you're so like in the moment you just forget how to do certain stuff. But anyway, just follow along. If you know the correct way to do it, then just go ahead and do it. But right, we're gonna get this done anyway. It's gonna be dope. Watch. All right, boom, 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 boom. We're gonna make them boom, and boom. All right, so we got our shape. All right, check it out. Let's color it so we can check it out, so we can see it. All right, there we go. We got our Bitcoin shape. All right, now we're gonna go ahead and curve it like we want. Just double click it and make it bigger. All right, bring it down a little bit so we can see, and make curve. All right, click all these points. Can I like multiple click? Let me see if I can click several of them and make them all curve at one time. Let me see if that's even a thing. Click. Here I go with the clicks. Click, shift, hold, click, holding down shift still. Make sure it turns into that little icon right there. All right. And then double click, make curve. Look at that. I did it, right? It's good enough. That's good, right? Like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect, guys. Doesn't have to be perfect. I'm going to click this one too. Click, click, boom, move down. All right. We're doing it. Double click. Make curve. All right, so a little bit of cleanup to do. It's all good. All right, so let's zoom in right here with the plus. Come down, let's clean this up. All right, boom. Grab that handle right there. Figure that out. Bring this down. Smooth that out. Make that straighter. All right. Doesn't have to be perfect because once it's on the shirt, you're not really gonna be able to tell that much. All right. Let's name it out. Zoom back up in here and fix this up a little bit. Fine tune your design. These points keep on going away. You got to click on it. And then, geez. Click on it. Grab that. And curve it a little bit. There we go. Push out a little bit. Alright, what do you think, guys? Cooking on gas yet? Cooking on gas yet? And of course you guys can make yours cleaner than mine if you want to. I'm just going to curve these two ones right here also. As a matter of fact, that probably won't work, but let me see what it looks like. It's going to put a big curve in the let's see. Yeah, that kind of threw a lot of stuff off. That threw a bunch of stuff off. But you can always adjust, right? Can always adjust. Just like that. Boom. Alright. One of these handles need to be straightened out. Try to grab that. And grab this. Straighten that out. Alright. Alright, we're looking good so far, guys. I think we're looking good so far. Alright, so the next step, we got to make the inside of these bees right here, and we got to subtract it. Alright, so why don't we just use the same method? Same method, right? So, draw a curved shape versus draw a straight shape versus, yeah, can't mix the two, I guess. So, boom, boom. And the good part about this is we only got to do one. Alright, we'll do one and then we'll duplicate it. Alright, you gotta, when you're doing this stuff, you have to like think smart, right? You gotta think ahead. Like that's why I went backwards and I grabbed the um, the second circle, because we would have been doing double the work, right? So you want to think ahead, and how do I do this and save the most time? You want to be efficient, right? So yeah, boom, up. Got to make sure it turns into the little hand thing. All right. You guys like, what is he doing? What is he doing? Click, make curve. All right, now it's nice and round. This one's kind of messed up. Grab that handle, straighten it out. Zoom in a little bit so we can look at it. Bring that down just a tad. Alright. Don't got to be perfect, guys. Don't have to be perfect at all. Alright, that's good enough. Alright, so now we got that. Alright, so let me zoom back out. Guys, no practice on this. I did not. I'm just freestyling right here. Duplicate. Let me get off of this. Alright, duplicate. Bring that, sit it right here on this one. Now bring this over here. Right. Highlight, oh shoot. Highlight both of them. I don't even need this anymore. I could delete that. Let me just grab this, delete it. Highlight both of them. Give it a subtract. Do I want to subtract? I do. I definitely want to subtract. Okay, so there's that tool right here. Subtract all. Put the holes in the B. Alright. Zoom back out. Let's grab our thing right here. Make this, I want this to be this color. Right, so bring back my palette. This. Right. You guys see what we doing right now? Doesn't look pretty right now, but just wait. So I can double click this and I can actually simplify to kind of like make it smoother. Look at that. Look at that. Cooking on gas yet? All right, let me highlight everything, even though the circles are grouped, and center that B. All right. Now we got our Bitcoin logo. All right, we got our Bitcoin. We are ready to start cutting vinyl, guys. What do you guys think? And let me just group them all, just to keep it all together. All right, if you guys want this file right here, I'm going to put this file on allanawade.com. You can purchase this file for $2. How about that? All right, for those of you guys, I just showed you guys how to do it, but if you don't want to do it yourself, if you just want this file, I'm putting it on my website, allanawade.com. You can grab it for $2. All right, so let's get this thing ready to cut. All right, so what issues are we going to run into? All right, so let me ungroup it real fast and tell you what issues I'm going to run into right now, because I know. All right, so right now, as it serves, this B is overlapping, right? And I already told you guys I hate the overlap, so I'm just going to go ahead and cut this B out. I'm going to ungroup this, all right? I'm going to grab these two, move them off to the side. I'm going to highlight these two. I'm going to center them, and I'm going to go ahead and subtract all again. All right, so I can remove the overlaps. Now the B, right, is cut out. Cool. All right, so the problem with that is, like I said, when we do stuff like this, we end up with a gap somewhere sometimes. So the best way to get rid of that gap, man, is to go in here and like make the edges of this one a little bit, go in a little bit, right? So it just overlaps just slightly. All right, so let's do that real fast to avoid all the dumb stuff. Right, so you see right here, because we have this right here, we have the right thing selected. All right, so all right, let's zoom in a little bit. All right, let's bring this down just so it can overlap just a little bit, right? Let me press enter real fast, see what happens. This is so interesting. Alright, so we're bringing this stuff in, and the reason why you can't really tell what's happening is because we're moving that right there. Alright, we're moving the one that's behind it. Alright, so you can't see it happening because it's behind the yellow B. Get it? Alright, so we're just bringing all these points in real fast as possible for the sake of the video. Alright, so that we don't get any gaps. And I'm accidentally moving the wrong one. Make sure you guys are grabbing the right one. Alright, we're just moving it in slightly. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and finish doing this for the sake of you guys not having to watch this, because you guys know what to do. Alright, so I'll be right back after I'm done bringing my edges in, okay? If you're new to the channel and you haven't subscribed yet, please hit the subscribe button. I greatly appreciate it. It helps me out a lot. Thank you. Alright guys, you see I brought all the edges in. These right here for the inside of this, I brought it out. Alright, so I opened up this part right here. I opened up the because this right here is gonna get cut, so I opened it up to make it a little bit bigger. Dropping stuff. Alright, so that's good. Alright, so let me select this tool right here, and we're good on that part. We're just gonna put everything back together again. Alright, so I can pretty much grab all this stuff and everything is where it needs to go, with the exception of, no, everything's where it needs to go. Yeah. Alright, so highlight everything and just center it again. Center that. Boom. We are good to go. We're good to go, guys. Alright. Yep, we're good to go. Alright, so let's pick what we're gonna cut, right? Okay. We're gonna make this black outline, right? So we're gonna waste a whole bunch of vinyl in the middle, which we can reuse if we want to. Alright, so we're gonna use that. We're gonna cut black. Then we're gonna cut. The question is, what color do we want to make the actual B for Bitcoin? I think we're gonna make it this color. This is like a green though. I'm so colorblind. Is this gold or is it green? It's a greenish glitter. I think it's a greenish glitter. I'm not sure. Or should we just go with the gold with the gold? Okay, so we're gonna go black. Then we're gonna go this gold. No, we're gonna go black. We're gonna go this gold, then this gold. All right, so black, this, then this, back to that. All right, that's what we're gonna do. All right, even though it's like a greenish, I don't care. I like the way it looks. I want to use it. All right, so you guys can use whatever color you want to. Yeah, but this looks a little greenish gold to me. I'm not sure because a little colorblind and it's hard to tell these two golds apart. So yeah. So to prep it to cut, I'm gonna go ahead and move it. I'm gonna go ahead and group everything first of all. Group, and I'm gonna go ahead and bring it to the top right here. I'm gonna go ahead and flip it horizontal. All right, so that may put it backwards because when we press it on a shirt, you always gotta flip horizontal when you're cutting, right? So now we're gonna make sure everything is set up correctly. Page setup. I have my Silhouette Cameo 4 Plus. That's right, that's what I'm using. 15 by 15 cutting mat. Should I use a cutting mat? No, I'm gonna select that I'm not using a cutting mat so I can just cut without the mat. All right, 15 by 15, that's fine because that's my canvas area, right? So we're good to go on these settings. We're good to go on these settings. All right, so let's go ahead and send. And we're gonna cut by fill, right? The only thing, okay, yeah, that's fine. Cut by fill. We're gonna cut the black first, right? So it's gonna cut the black. See the slight overlap, which is good. That's what we wanted. Then we're gonna cut this one, right? So it's gonna slight overlap. Perfect. Slight overlap right there. Then it's gonna cut right here. Perfect. And then this one should be a little bit wider. gonna cut this and this. So that's cool. We got everything we want. All right, so let's start the cutting. Let's start the cutting.
Turn up that, crank it up. Why listen to the rest when you're rocking with the best, baby?